All right, hello. Um, so I'm gonna play a BLJ example for you, and the main thing you want to focus on is how the camera turns whatever direction Mario is facing if you're not on at least the third step of the staircase. Sometimes this is something people don't realize. They just run up the staircase and go down, and then they usually have a bad angle or they long jump too low on the staircase. So Mario's tilted weirdly. So yeah, camera turns, tries to face whatever direction Mario is facing. So I'm gonna go into Mario Cam, see down here, and then I'm gonna walk up a bit further up on the stairs. You notice how it kind of centers a bit? Yeah. So that's ideally what you're looking for. So I'm on the second step, almost touching the third step. So kind of high up is good. I'm around here where I'm is the general sweet spot, I would say. And this is a thing you're just gonna have to grind a lot and get a feel for, but it's the long jump here. I long jump pretty soon after I walk off the stairs completely and I'm on flat ground. You notice here it's a little hard because the stick inputs are obscured by this logo thing in this program I'm using. But you notice how I'm holding up and then I strain a little to the right. This is all dependent on your position on where you long jump from. You may not have to do this if you long jump like way further out than where Mario is, like on the bottom white checker you see that's visible on the screen. Like you probably don't have to do that, but you also don't want to long jump from there anyways, because it may give you bad positioning. So once you have a feel for the positioning and so on, you want to get a feel for trying to land in front of the very first step. So you notice here with my stick, I'm straining a little to the right, or well, pretty far to the right. I'm basically holding, or no, I'm holding upright. And this is because there are 5 frames for Mario to land a long jump after he does one. So 1, 2, 3. So 3. That's a pretty late frame long jump, but it also allows me to get the first clip in and then start, just mashing and going at the whole thing. So again, just like those two things are so crucial for developing a fine understanding of the BLJs. The timing for this long jump and then getting a feel for the stick inputs so that you can land pretty much right in front of these stairs. You always want to get a later frame long jump on the first 2 clips. And then if you clip out or just don't get the clip at all, then you want to try and press A on the first frame that Mario touches the stairs. In some cases, depending on your positioning, you may have better luck with the later frame the further up you are, but I'm pretty sure generally the rule is the further up you are, you want to press A on the first frame to clip through the staircase. The way I do BLJs here is like the pro strat, where you preserve some of your speed from the BLJ. You don't need to be doing it. I mean, it's pretty hard, so I don't know if you could do it, but just focus on this and then clipping through the door, obviously. So then after you go through this door, I'm gonna do 2 jump kicks. This is so that the camera again doesn't auto rotate if Mario's still for too long. You want to be able to move enough so that the camera doesn't auto rotate, and then you're on the stairs so the camera stops rotating completely no matter where you are on the staircase. So like 2 pretty spaced out jump kicks. It's pretty lenient. You may see top runners like do these kicks a bit sooner, cleaner spacing. It's not, you don't need perfect spacing. You don't need perfect timing for these inputs. So long as that you do them soon enough after you gain control of Mario again after walking through that door. And then here it's pretty much a similar thing. The timing for BLJ is maybe a bit different here if you miss the first clip. But like I said, you just want to really aim for the first 2 stairs. Yeah. So I missed the first clip here, and then see how late I press A here. 1, 2. Okay, second frame BLJ. So I know it may be a little hard to think in frames currently. It's just something you got to really develop a feel for, like I said, which I mean may not be the exact answer you're wanting to hear, but it really is all just a very feel based thing. Feeling out which frame is which on the staircase, how early or late, or how different such a minute timing thing is. You just really need to lab it out and understand it thoroughly. I think even just this Mario Cam input or setup stuff will be useful enough for you if you're able to mash fast enough. Oh yeah, and quick pro tip here. I imagine you probably already know that staying on the center, maybe a little to the right, is better. You don't want to be too left on the staircase, otherwise you risk down warp into wet dry world. So just make sure you do your best to avoid that. If you know you're mashing a lot and you're like pretty high up on the staircase, notice how I hold down after a certain point. This is because I know I have enough speed, and when I hold down, I'm gonna be able to shoot myself and shoot myself around this area and keep myself here. What a lot of people do is they just keep on mashing and they keep on holding up and they get stuck and they may not pass the area that warps you again. So then you're just stuck doing BOJs again, and it's really insufferable. And you also don't want to do that if you're on a good run or you're about to beat your opponent.